What's going on, you guys? I have another video, and as you can see from the title, I'm doing my ghost experience part 2. Hopefully you guys liked the very first one. I saw most of you guys watched it, and let me know you guys are liking these videos by hitting that like button so I know I'm doing a good job on the videos. Also, give me some ideas on what I can talk about in future videos, just any random thing. I will actually look it over because I do look at the comments and the emails you'll be sending me. And if you're on my Facebook little conversation, just send it to me there so I know I'll be getting it. But let's get on with the story. So there's two stories if I didn't already mention in this video. But alright. So the very first one, it was Wednesday night. I had a few minutes before I can actually go home, and this was last summer, and I was gonna clean the display case. So I start wiping out the front of it, and I go down, and I'm wiping it, and then I clean the front of it. So I wipe down the front, and the display case is divided into three sections. So there's one section with prizes, two, and then three. They're all connected together. And the display case doors, the sliding doors, they have a mirror so you can see your reflection and you can see behind you too. And I go and I start wiping the front of it down, and I get to the middle and I can see the arcade, and then out of nowhere I hear a little boy laugh, and I hear like he's running and laughing, like he's playing. And it wasn't something bad. It just scared me because it's something you hear out of a horror movie. I mean, a little kid laugh, and that's what I heard. I was like, "Oh, what?" I looked around for a second. I didn't see anything pass me by in the display case, so I looked around, and it freaked me out because it was clear as day. And I I remember I looked in the arcade, and I stopped cleaning the display case. I was like, okay, I'm not cleaning the display case anymore. I'm done with that. And I went by the register, which is on the display case as well. And I was staring into the arcade to see if anyone was here, which I know for a fact no one was there because you would hear the door chime go off, and it makes a little beep noise when someone walks in the door, and I didn't hear anything. So I'm looking. I am not going into the arcade. I'm looking, around in the arcade. I'm like, there is no kid in here, and I was like, there's a little boy ghost in here, and it was so freaky because it was just like all of a sudden, like out of the blue, and I don't know. And since that happened, I don't clean display cases at night anymore. I clean it during the daytime, not even the morning, because even in the morning stuff happens, but I'll get to that in another video. But for the rest of the night, I stood by the display case, and I didn't want to stand and do nothing. That's one of my things when I'm working. If I always have to find something to do, even though stuff has been cleaned, because one, we already have a camera that's pointing everywhere. There's a bunch of cameras in this place, and my boss has this camera pointed onto the main floor, and he can see me standing there. So I'm like, I gotta find something to do, but in this area, because I'm not walking in the arcade. I'm not going in the kitchen. I'll maybe go down to the bar, but I acted like I was writing a little thing down on a piece of paper. I was organizing the prizes and everything. And finally he came up and he was like, you can go home. And I was like, alright. And then he's like, I'm like, alright, so when am I coming in next? And he looked at me and he was like, you look pale as a ghost or something like that. And I'm like, oh, it's because I just heard one run right behind me. And he goes, what? And I said, I heard a little boy laughing behind me and running. And he says, oh yeah, we have a little boy ghost that plays in the arcade as well. So I was like, oh, it's so weird because it was like out of the blue. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, alright, well, I will see you tomorrow. I like clocked off, and I didn't even wait for my mom. I didn't wait inside. I like stood outside the entire time. So like I said, it was just the fact that it was kind of weird and out of the blue, and it was like clear as day that you can hear this thing. But anyways, oh, I have the chills right now just talking about this. The second one is a lot freakier. Oh my goodness, um, it was on, it was on Friday night, and I was running laser tag all night long. They were going back to back to back games, so it was like endless laser tag. And there was this Boy Scout group coming in next. And what I was having people do was the people that were playing laser tag when the game was over, I had the people that were about to play laser tag, I had them wait by the door. So when I opened the door, the other people would hand their vest to them. So all I had to do was reset the vest. So they're handing the vest to them, and I'm standing in front of the green door, and I'm resetting them. I'm like, alright guys, go pick your doors, don't open them, blah blah blah. And I'm standing in front of the green door, and I'm like, and this kid, he's standing so far away from me. My resetting cord is attached to an outlet, and it can only reach so far. So I'm like, you gotta come over here because I can't reach to you. And he pointed behind me. I was like, what? And he says, is that door supposed to be open like that? And this is the freaky part. I looked and I turned behind me, and this door, it wasn't like a tad bit open. It was like as if someone was pushing it open just to try and, get in. And oh man, his eyes got so big. I was like, maybe it's someone's got left behind and they're coming back in now. I open the door and no one's there. And then I, let go of it, and then the same thing happens. It's like as if someone's putting their hand in the way, and the door is not shutting. And this kid starts flipping. I was like, this place is haunted. There's a ghost in here. Look, the door. And I didn't want there to be a big scene out of it. And I knew this kid was going to tell his parents. And I was like, I quickly pushed the door. I'm like, it's probably the air or something. And I was like, I told the kid, I'm like, you gotta not do that because I don't need people out getting scared. And I know it really sounds selfish to say, because what if someone got thrown to the ceiling? But that will never happen. But this kid, he was flipping out. Oh man, he was hysterical. And it was pretty freaky because I let go of the door and it's in the same position, like someone's putting their hand in the way there. So it freaked me out, but we didn't see anything. And I guess the parents never talked to me. They just, I don't know if he ever told them, but that kid, he didn't even let me grab his vest from him. He just like threw it on the ground and booked it. And he had one extra game. He was like, I don't want to play. So he was done. But it was kind of freaking. If I was that kid, I would probably do the same thing, and I wouldn't want to play laser tag there. But it was really freaky, very odd. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this video, and there is gonna be a part 3 because I have so many ghost stories to be telling you. So there is a part 3, and be on the lookout for that. Alright, I will see you when I do my next video.